Hello, welcome
Welcome back
to the FVCFFFL podcast slash videocast slash video log, right?
I don't know what you just said, but the first thing we're going to do is talk about the winning results of last week's PBS TV show draft. And the winner, with 2 votes to 0, was me.
We got a
I
turnout
won.
basically like our elections in North America. So, 2 people, good.
But you were complaining before that
I know.
I won just because of Sesame Street alone.
Yes.
And my comment was, I'm going to take Todd Gurley number 1. I'm not
Right.
going to leave him for you at number 2. I'm going to take the best, and so
makes
that's what
perfect
happened.
sense. Makes perfect sense.
Speaking of Sesame Street, we're going to talk about our favorite dumb movies. And or corny comedy kind of situation.
Right.
And so you want to go first or you want me to
Right.
go first?
I can't remember who. I'll go first.
You go first
So
then.
my pick is most definitely Wayne's World.
Wayne's
and
World,
what I find
classic
amusing,
movie.
What I find amusing about Wayne's World is that it was so absolutely hilarious at the time in the 80s or whenever it was. I was still
90s.
pretty young. Was it early 90s? And
In the 80s,
you
you were
watch
like
it
5.
now, and you're like, "Wow, that is terrible." So, but yeah, I think that was my favorite, and I would say
I'm going to hurl.
right. I would say my favorite. What was my
If you're
favorite
gonna
part?
spew,
Right,
spew in
this.
this.
I think one of my favorite parts of that whole movie was Garth when he comes in and Wayne goes he goes something like, "Garth, do I smell brute?" And he goes, "My woman likes me in cologne." I thought that was
I liked
probably
it when
my
they're
favorite
playing
part.
hockey, and then all of a sudden,
Yeah.
car! And then
Right.
they gotta move the goals.
Yeah.
Another funny part was, I just went right out of my head. Oh, when his ex-girlfriend gives him a gun rack, and he goes,
Yeah.
"Why are you doing this? I don't even have a gun."
No. I don't even have a gun, much less many guns that
to
would
necessitate
necessitate
a
an
gun
entire
rack.
gun rack. Right? Yeah.
My favorite corny, dumb, goofy comedy movie that came to my mind was What About Bob?
What
and
About
it starts
Bob?
off right at the beginning. You know, he's got his goldfish and all the clocks, and he tries to go to the new psychiatrist, and the old psychiatrist says, "I'm giving you this referral," while he's quitting the business. But then Richard Dreyfuss says, "Baby steps." And then baby steps out of the office. Baby steps to the outer office. Baby steps, everywhere he's going. But then the other funny part that came to my mind is when he goes to Lake Winnipesaukee and he meets the neighbors that wanted to buy the psychiatrist's house, and he bought it out from underneath him. And he goes sailing. He goes, "I'm sailing! I'm a sailor!" And he's got that huge life jacket, and he's like taped to the mast or whatever it is, and it's great.
See, I've only seen those pieces. I've never seen the whole movie of
Well,
What
and
About
they
Bob.
you gotta. I'll ruin the
I've seen
ending for
bits
you.
and pieces
Spoiler
of it.
alert.
Okay.
Bob writes a book called Death Therapy because in the end the psychiatrist tries to kill him, and he makes this
Oh.
Bob ends up marrying his sister. It's the craziest thing.
So,
There's
it works out. It's kind of like the
Yeah.
ending of Elf, where he writes a book about his adventures. That's
So, on the group text, send out your favorite, corniest, funniest, dumbest, whatever kind of comedy movie that you like from years ago.
Yes.
Hey, let's get into some fantasy football.
good. Let's do it.
I'm tired of comedy movies.
Yes.
So, I'm going first.
Yes, you're
So,
starting.
am I talking or are you
Nope,
telling?
you're announcing. I'm
I'm
talking.
announcing. So, the Stud Award for the best player in all of fantasy this week goes to none other than Pack of Badgers and Dave Camps for
No, not Dave Camps.
Dave Smith.
Dave Smith.
It says
Sorry.
Dave S.
Dave S.
That's why we have
Right.
these fancy
That's why we
production
have-
notes, so we know what we're doing.
Yeah, Dave
Smith, Pack of Badgers, because Dave Camps is not in charge of Pack
Correct.
of Badgers.
He's not in charge of Pack of
And
Badgers.
anyways, he won it for
James Conner, 33.5 points. 110 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns, 75 receiving yards, 4 receptions. Huge week by James Conner. He I would say he was so-so there for a little bit. Seemed like they weren't using him as much as you might expect. And then all
the
of a
last
sudden
couple weeks didn't do a whole lot.
comes back and they decide to turn the screw.
Well, they
on
thought the
Lev Bell a little
Steelers
more.
Falcons game was going to be a big passing event. Everybody's passing, but then Connor 110 yards rushing.
Yeah,
Maybe
great
that's
week.
why Steelers won.
Great week. That was a good draft, Dave. That was one of the steals of the draft.
I wish you would have had a worse draft so I could get all your good players. But that's beside the point. Our next award...
this one is me. The next award is the Bust Award.
Busted.
The Bust Award for the lowest scoring player of the week. And there are actually a few of these this week, which is pretty disappointing. But we decided to give it particularly to Andy for Frosted Blake's.
Sorry,
Brandon Cooks scored a massive goose egg in a game that really he should have probably done better than that. But no
he got
catches,
a concussion.
no points.
And he got out of the game. Otherwise, he'd have gotten a lot more points. But if you start a guy and he gets 0 points and nobody else starts anybody with 0 points, that's the Bust
That's
Award.
the bust. And it pairs up nicely with the fact that Andy also got the Caboose Award for the lowest score of the week.
Now remember, Andy, just because you are the caboose doesn't make you any less valuable than any other owner, any other person. You just happen to be at the back.
Yep.
Which is good for me because I played Andy this week in fantasy.
Yeah.
So since he's the caboose, I must have won. So Andy, thank you very much, but I am sorry you got it. But you got the Caboose Award. Had Brandon Cooks done anything, maybe things would have turned out differently.
Yep.
Good job. So is it my turn again?
And then you can cross that one off.
Okay, I'll do that one.
All right.
High tech, putting X's on paper. Is it my turn or your turn?
I just announced those, so it's back to you.
All right, our next award is the Surprise Award / Waiver Pickup of the Week Award. Now, we've got a lot of good owners. They got all the great players on their teams, and you pick up guys every week, and then they don't do anything, or they had a great week the last week, and you pick them up. You don't play them, or they don't get you any points. But this was totally different. And the waiver / surprise. So 2 awards goes to one owner. Waiver award and the surprise award for, how do you say his first name?
What?
This guy.
I thought you were asking me. I did the same thing in the production meeting. Naheem Hines.
Here's the thing. I know how to pronounce Rick.
That's what I thought you were asking me.
Team
I was
Styles.
Gonna say, Rick?
I know how to pronounce Rick.
All right.
I can't say Naheem Hines.
So, Rick.
Naheem Hines.
Nice work picking up Naheem Hines. Had a really good week. 12.5 points, 45 rushing yards, 7 receptions, 45 receiving yards. I really think that he might be able to do that the rest of the year.
Plus, he started him
Yeah.
on his team.
Yeah, very
good job,
good
Rick.
work. All right, the next award goes to the Manager of the Week. Again, you get the most out of your team. You have a really good score. In this case, it also led to a win, which is Ryan.
Did he actually win?
Sorry, it did not lead to a win.
Sorry.
My fault. I was thinking of another award. Sorry, Ryan. It did not lead to a win this week, but you did a really nice job putting your team in and having a good score. Really, though, I mean, Ryan had struggled the last couple of weeks, and you really had a good score this week, 120-some points. So goes to Ryan. And I can't even say his team. Beamer, Wentz, or Bentley? Is that what it is?
It's pronounced Rick.
Rick. So, Ryan.
Ryan got 28.5 points out of Tom Brady, 13 points out of Keenan Allen, 17 points out of Robert Woods after the other 2 guys got concussions. But Eric Ebron, 28
points. Huge week.
Great job putting those guys in, and you got the best out of them that you could. So good job, Ryan.
Good work.
And are you announcing this one then, or am I announcing it?
That's you.
Our next award is none other than the Juggernaut Award.
Juggernaut.
Now, we need to take another vote. Would you rather Juggernaut host the show with me or Aaron? Text us your votes, and whoever gets the most votes will be hosting. So Juggernaut could be here next week, or Aaron, one of the others. So vote Juggernaut.
So do you want me or an adamant piece of paper?
The Juggernaut Award goes to none other than Aaron Schilp, Captain America, hooked on a Thielen himself.
That's right.
All right, rub it in.
Big week for me. Big week for me. Drew Brees 30 points almost. Gurley, 30 points. Thielen, 22 points. Sony Michel had a big week. Kicker, 12. Defense, 11. Landry, 10. It was really a great week. This team has been doing pretty well. Last week I had a little hiccup. And
what's your record?
4-1.
You had a hiccup?
I lost last week.
You needed antacid?
No, not that kind of hiccup. But so I'm really happy. I'm happy with my team this year.
Enough about you. Let's go to
Enough
the next
about
award.
me. The next award is
The
next award is, now listen to this, okay? This is the comeback award for the player who had a rough week and came back and brought it to victory. And this award goes to Pastor John.
Woohoo! I started out 0-4, and I can't believe it. I actually won a game. I didn't know what was going to happen. I don't know what happened. I started the same guys that I always start, but they actually got me points.
Yeah.
Which is kind of
That's
surprising.
a nice change of pace, isn't it?
It usually doesn't happen that way. But Mark Ingram coming back.
So
was
we're
good.
giving you another award for that, which is the Welcome Back Award to a player who had not been doing anything in his case because he
literally
was
had been doing
suspended,
nothing.
had been getting zeros, but came back with a really strong week.
But what happens when you go receiver, receiver, receiver? You gotta take risks that you're running back.
Right.
So I picked up a guy who was gonna sit out 4 weeks, play a game, and then gonna go on by.
Yeah.
So I don't have much hope for next week, but I at least got one win thanks to Mark Ingram. I'm the comeback because I finally got a victory. I'm not gonna lay an egg all season long. I won, but the only problem with that is
That's pretty embarrassing for Andy, right? Yeah. Sorry,
we've
man.
made fun of Andy enough, I think, on the podcast with your comments.
We made such a big deal out of that, yeah.
Andy, thank you for letting me win.
Yeah, good work. Now we are... Sorry, I did that one, so we're back to you.
You did that one?
Yeah, I announced
Our
it.
next award is the Whoops-a-Daisy.
Right. Whoops-a-daisies.
What did you say?
And the Whoops-a-Daisy award goes to, through no fault of your own, who would have started this guy, but you left a ton of points on the bench. You started all the guys you probably should have started, but on your bench was a ton of points. So this is what happened, and this happens to go to, sorry Dave Camps.
Yep.
Great manager, great owner, great guy, but started Devontae Freeman, his high pick, I think probably second round pick. Great running back. He's back. He's off of injury. He's going to be playing, so you think you're going to start him. But the only problem is Isaiah Crowell was on his bench.
31.6 points for Crowell. He had 2 touchdowns, I think over 200 yards in that game. Somewhat unexpected, but somewhat of a mistake on your part, Dave. Sorry.
So, whoops-a-daisy.
Whoops-a-daisies.
Sorry, Dave.
All right, the next award is the Gutsiest Start Award. This one is for someone who plays one or multiple players.
This is the gutsiest award of the entire season so far.
This is the most
This
gutsy.
may be the pinnacle of
This is the
gutsier'sness of
pinnacle
all
of
time.
gutsiest here, and this is amazing. So this award goes to Jeremy Strike
Kamara, run.
for 3 particular starts.
And he started Julian Edelman coming off a suspension
4
too. You
game
don't know what's going to
suspension.
happen. Got him 9.2 points. He started Doug Baldwin coming off an injury. Only 0.6, but still a gutsy call. And maybe the gutsiest call of all. He started the Cardinals defense.
The Cardinals defense.
Got him 20 stinking points.
Wow.
Who would start them? Nobody would want to start them. Jeremy,
Unreal.
you are the gutsiest of all gutsiest, the bravest man alive.
That's guts, man.
Or at least in the fantasy league for this week.
That's guts.
That's the gutsiest.
2 out of
call
3
award.
working out. That's not bad.
All right. Our next award is one of our favorites. I have received this award before. I don't know if it's in this league or the other or both leagues.
Yep.
I don't know.
We lose
but it's
track.
called Snatching Defeat from the Jaws of Victory, which means we're winning, but you found a way to lose. You made that loss happen, and so we appreciate it. And the award this week goes to Medium Husky, Jeremiah himself, snatching defeat from the jaws of victory.
You made it happen, Jeremiah. It was actually pretty... The score in that, he lost by a total of 4 points to Jason Beck, I believe. And Jay Ajayi blows an ACL in the middle of the game, scores a total of 1.9 points that normally you would expect if Ajayi's healthy.
If
he'll
he just
score
got 4
enough
more points
and pull that off. But, pulled out the L, so nice work, Jeremiah. Last work. I had a little bit of a brain thing there because I read the word. I knew what
you heard him. He said he has a little brain.
The last award for the night
brand new award.
Is a brand new award.
We just invented it.
It's called the Doing Work Award.
No other place. They have like Employee of the Month, Employee of the Week, Employee of the Year. No one else in the whole world has a Doing Work Award. We're bringing it to you.
Doing Work.
First time.
This one, for the first time ever, goes to Jason Beck, the Doing Work Award. So, do you want to describe it, and then I'll read them off?
So, this is basically an award for everybody on the team doing work, doing their job, getting points. I remember when the Vikings tied the Packers, and the Vikings coach said, when asked why not go for a touchdown instead of a field goal, and the coach says, I expected him to do his job.
Exactly.
Which he didn't do. But all the people on Jason's team did their job.
So, we're talking Cam Newton, 16 points.
Doing work.
Joe Mixon, 19 points.
Doing work.
Christian McCaffrey, 18 points.
Doing work.
Antonio Brown, 26 points.
Doing work.
George Kittle, 11 points.
Doing work.
Cooper Kupp, 18 points.
Doing work.
Amari Cooper, 1.9 points. I guess that's doing work for Cooper, but
maybe he went to get coffee for all the other guys.
But anyway, everybody else on the team doing work for you. So nice job, Jason.
Good job, Jason. Those are the awards for this week. Remember, in the group text, tell us your favorite, funniest, goofiest movie that you liked for whatever reason. Wayne's World, War Bob, that kind of thing. Let us know what that is. Have a great week, everybody. You're awesome.
Have a good one. See you later.